Chosen one, can you feel it? That sudden wave of energy moving through your spirit, that restlessness you can't explain? It's not anxiety. It's not coincidence. It's the signal that the shift has already begun. Something divine is happening beneath the surface of this world. The air feels heavier. Time feels faster, and your spirit knows something is changing. While most people go about their days unaware, the chosen can feel what heaven is doing before anyone else sees it. You sense the pull, don't you? That sacred pressure in your chest, that urge to pray, to isolate, to prepare. It's not your imagination. It's alignment. Heaven is moving, quietly but powerfully. The atmosphere is no longer the same. You can feel it in your sleep, in your emotions, in your breath. The vibration of the earth has shifted, and your body is translating what your soul already understands. This is the transition, from waiting to walking, from silence to manifestation. And while others still doubt, you can't ignore the signs anymore. The chills that come without warning. The strange peace that follows after tears. The sudden knowing that something unseen has touched your life. These are not random moments. They are proof. Proof that you are awake in a world that is still sleeping. The shift has begun, and you were designed to feel it first. That's why you've been restless. That's why you've been pulled away from the distractions. Heaven is tuning your spirit to a new frequency, one that only the chosen can sustain. This is the week where the invisible becomes visible, and your entire being is being prepared to carry a new level of divine energy. So if you feel different, it's because you are. You're not being shaken, you're being activated. The world is changing, and you can sense it before it's seen. The shift is no longer coming. It's here. And if you can feel this right now, it means you're one of the few who were chosen to recognize it. Chosen one, the shift never announces itself with noise. It arrives in silence. It comes as pressure, as a strange restlessness that no distraction can quiet. You look around and everything seems the same, but inside, something has already changed. That's what happens when heaven begins to adjust the frequency of the earth. The visible delays, but the spirit feels it first. You begin to sense it in your body, waves of heat, random chills, a deep breath that feels sacred. Sleep changes, your mind grows quieter, but your soul grows louder. You're not tired, you are being tuned. Heaven is adjusting every part of you so that your life can resonate with the new rhythm of creation. It's not punishment, it's preparation. When heaven raises the tone, everything that cannot match it begins to fall away. Old patterns lose their pull. Familiar voices sound distant, and desires shift without warning. What once excited you now feels heavy. That's not confusion, that's clarity. God is showing you what belongs in this season and what no longer fits the new vibration. You'll feel the urge to be alone, to protect your peace, to breathe more deeply. Follow that urge. Solitude is alignment, not isolation. Stillness helps the tuning complete faster. When the world gets louder, silence becomes sacred. There, you'll hear direction disguised as calm. Sometimes, the adjustment brings friction. Old triggers test your new peace. You may feel moments of frustration, but even that is proof the frequency is changing. Every reaction you resist becomes a doorway to authority. Peace is not weakness. It's proof that you are anchored while the air shifts around you. Heaven's movement also brings reordering. Plans rearrange themselves. Connections fade without explanation. Don't chase what left. It can't survive in the new air. The old timeline has expired. Empty spaces aren't loss, they're preparation. God clears before he fills. As the new tone settles, your discernment sharpens. You start feeling truth instead of searching for it. Rooms feel different. Words carry weight. You recognize when something lowers your energy the moment it enters your space. That awareness is protection. Your spirit is translating heaven's guidance into sensation. Coincidences will increase. Messages at the perfect time. Confirmations through strangers. Thoughts that turn into reality. Those aren't random. They're echoes from the spiritual realm syncing with your obedience. Respond with gratitude. It locks the signal in place. Complaining blurs it again. So what should you do while heaven changes the frequency? Guard your peace. Speak less, listen more. Feed your spirit with what is clean, words, music, company. Avoid anything that makes your chest tighten or your breath shallow. Familiar isn't always faithful. Faithful is what carries light. Remember, the inner shift always comes before the outer transformation. Don't judge progress by what you see. Measure it by what you feel. If you are calmer, more discerning, harder to provoke and easier to guide, the work is already happening. Your vibration is different, and heaven recognizes its own. The change is not near, it's here. You are being tuned to the sound of the new world. And when the note is perfect, every door that matches your frequency will open on its own. Chosen one, the world doesn't recognize what you're feeling, but heaven does. The first signs of a divine shift are always invisible to the crowd and undeniable to the awakened. It begins quietly. Your energy changes, your body grows more sensitive, and the places that once felt safe now feel heavy. You start noticing the smallest things, how people's words carry weight, how the atmosphere in a room feels different. That sensitivity isn't weakness, it's proof your spirit is tuned higher than before. You may feel sudden tiredness, emotional swings, or chills that seem to come from nowhere. Sometimes it feels like you're carrying something unseen, a pressure you can't name. But that's how divine movement feels at first. Not loud, not clear, just undeniable. The presence of God never shouts. It whispers in sensations your body translates before your mind understands. Your emotions begin to act like compasses. Certain conversations feel draining, while others feel alive. Certain people feel distant, even if they're close. That's because your spirit now operates at a higher frequency, and anything not aligned begins to fade naturally. You're not losing people, you're losing weight. The vibration that once fit your old season can't travel into this one. As heaven moves, the first signs appear in dreams and restlessness. Your sleep feels different. Your thoughts race when you try to ignore the pull. That's the spirit calling your attention. It's not insomnia, it's invitation. The energy around you thickens before revelation arrives. That's how the divine prepares the heart, by making comfort impossible. You may also notice that time feels strange. Days blur, moments feel longer, instincts sharpen. That's what happens when eternity brushes against the human clock. Heaven moves outside of time. And when you touch that flow, Everything temporal feels distorted. Don't resist it. Flow with it. The more you surrender, the clearer everything becomes. Those who are truly chosen will always feel the storm before the clouds appear. Your sensitivity is not punishment, it's purpose. God made you an early receiver, a radar that picks up spiritual movement before it becomes visible. That's why you sense pressure when others feel peace, and hope when others feel fear. You are reading heaven's weather before the world sees the forecast. The signs will keep intensifying this week. You might feel warmth in your chest during prayer, ringing in your ears, or energy moving through your hands. These are not random sensations, they are confirmations. The presence of God is drawing closer to the earth, and your body feels it before your mind can reason it. The more open your heart is, the stronger it becomes. Do not try to explain it. Embody it. Protect your peace. Stay grounded and honor the call to silence. This is how heaven trains those who feel first. The spirit will always reveal itself to the sensitive before it reveals itself to the world. And if you're hearing this, it's because you're one of them. You are not imagining the pressure. You're perceiving the promise. The air has shifted, and your soul knows it. You were chosen to feel what others will soon see. Chosen one, when heaven moves, the body listens. You may not see the change yet, but your body already knows. It becomes the first messenger of what's unfolding in the unseen. Every ache, every chill, every sudden burst of emotion is communication between spirit and flesh. The physical realm is slow, but it always catches up to the frequency that's been released inside you. You might wake up exhausted even after rest, or feel bursts of heat through your chest and hands. Sometimes your heart races during prayer, or your breathing deepens without control. Don't fear these moments. They're confirmations. Your body isn't breaking down. It's recalibrating. Heaven is stretching your vessel to carry what it's about to pour in. What once felt like pressure is becoming expansion. There's a reason the chosen feel everything more deeply. Your nerves are instruments of divine resonance. Every vibration, every pulse, every rush of adrenaline is your system adjusting to a higher current of light. It's not illness, it's initiation. The same power that hovered over the waters in Genesis now hovers over you. And the body, being honest, reacts before the mind can reason. You might feel dizziness when you pray too long, or tingling during worship. That's energy being transferred from the spiritual field into the human shell. The old cellular patterns that carried fear, exhaustion, and doubt are being rewritten. Heaven is teaching your DNA to remember peace. Every breath becomes a reset, every heartbeat a conversation between you and the divine frequency of creation. Sometimes the transformation brings discomfort. You'll crave solitude, simple food, and silence. That's your body detoxing from density, clearing the noise that used to dull your discernment. If you feel emotional without reason, let the release happen. Tears are spiritual electricity leaving your system. They cleanse memory. They clear the space for revelation. Even your senses will heighten. You'll notice sounds sharper, colors brighter, intuition quicker. That's not imagination. That's the mind syncing with heaven's rhythm. Your awareness is expanding, and the physical world can finally reflect the clarity you've been cultivating within. In this stage, small routines matter more than ever. Drink water with intention. Move your body gently. Avoid arguments, crowds, and chaos. Each action either anchors or leaks energy. Protect your temple. What you allow in your space either amplifies your new frequency or pulls you back to what no longer exists. The physical transformation also reveals divine timing. You'll sense when to move, when to rest, when to speak, and when to remain silent. That internal clock is the spirit inside you marking time by heaven's pulse. Trust it. When you obey those nudges, your health, peace, and purpose will align naturally. There's something sacred about this process. Heaven is not just changing your circumstances. It's upgrading your vessel. Your body will begin to feel lighter, your thoughts quieter, your emotions less reactive. That's resurrection energy, new life entering through the simplest moments. You'll realize that the same body that once held trauma is now becoming a carrier of divine strength. The transformation of the chosen isn't about escape. It's about embodiment. Heaven doesn't want you to leave the world. It wants you to anchor its presence within it. And your body, renewed and awakened, is the bridge between realms. The trembling you feel isn't weakness. It's recognition. Your cells remember their creator. Every vibration is a whisper of that memory returning. So breathe deeply, chosen one. Feel the pulse in your chest. That's not just your heartbeat. It's heaven keeping rhythm with you. You're no longer waiting for the change. You are the change, and the evidence is already in your body. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every spiritual awakening when the invisible hand of heaven begins to rearrange everything around you. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. It's the stage when plans that once made sense suddenly lose their meaning. People you thought would walk forever beside you begin to drift. Opportunities that looked perfect quietly dissolve. And inside, you feel the strange mix of peace and uncertainty. That's how divine reconfiguration feels. Quiet, but undeniable. When the Spirit redesigns your path, it starts by removing what no longer aligns with your new vibration. This is not rejection, it's refinement. Heaven is not taking things away, it's clearing the road so destiny can fit. You can't move into the new if your hands are still holding what belongs to the old. So the first sign of realignment is release. It will feel like loss, but it's liberation in disguise. Sometimes it happens through conflict, not because God wants you to suffer, but because pressure exposes what was never solid. The same light that reveals purpose also reveals pretense. So don't fight what falls apart. Pay attention to what remains standing. What survives this season is meant to walk with you into the next. The Spirit also begins to alter your desires. Suddenly, things that once thrilled you now seem shallow. You lose interest in proving yourself, competing, or being understood. You crave peace more than praise. That's how you know heaven is in control. Your motivation shifts from needing validation to needing alignment. It's not that you've lost passion, it's that your soul refuses to waste it. During this stage, divine detours appear. Plans get delayed. Doors close that you prayed would open. You question if you did something wrong. But this is the design. You see, alignment rarely looks like advancement. God moves in patterns that make sense only in hindsight. He redirects, not to confuse you, but to protect timing. Some roads lead to success too early, and early success can destroy divine purpose. So heaven delays what you think you're ready for until your spirit can hold it. You may feel alone, but solitude is strategy. Heaven isolates the chosen not to hide them, but to prepare them. Your silence becomes your sanctuary. Your discipline becomes your language, and your waiting becomes your weapon. Each quiet day is an invisible construction site. Heaven laying the foundation for what comes next. Then small confirmations begin to appear. A random phrase speaks directly to your situation. An unexpected message gives you clarity. A sudden peace washes over you in the middle of uncertainty. These are heaven's fingerprints, evidence that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, even if it doesn't look like progress. The redesign is internal first. God always builds the structure of purpose inside before manifesting it outside. So, when the Spirit redesigns your path, don't panic when the map disappears. The next direction won't be given through logic. It will come through resonance. You'll feel the yes. You'll sense the number. You'll walk by intuition and confirmation instead of fear and calculation. And with every step, the scenery will start to match the strength that's been growing inside you. One day, you'll look back and understand why everything had to shift. The loss was the blueprint. The silence was the signal. The confusion was the classroom. And the loneliness was the womb of revelation. Nothing was wasted. Heaven has not changed its promise, only the path to it. And when that path is redesigned, it always leads to something lighter, cleaner, stronger, and truer to your calling. The new season you're walking into doesn't require who you were. It requires who you're becoming. So walk with faith. Don't beg for what left. Bless it and keep moving. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. The Spirit is not breaking your life. It's building your destiny. And when the redesign is complete, everything around you will finally reflect what heaven already sees in you. How to protect your energy while heaven finishes the shift. Chosen one. The closer you move toward divine alignment, the more important it becomes to guard your energy. Every shift attracts both light and resistance. When heaven begins to lift you, darkness begins to notice you. Not to destroy you, but to test the strength of your foundation. And in this stage, your greatest weapon is not noise, not argument, but discipline. Protecting your energy is how you prove to heaven that you're ready for what's next. You can feel the difference now, can't you? The air feels charged, your emotions fluctuate faster, and small things that never bothered you before suddenly weigh more. That's because your spirit is becoming more refined. Your sensitivity is your shield. It warns you before harm can reach you. Every time you feel heaviness after being around someone or exhaustion after a conversation, that's information. Your spirit is showing you where not to invest your peace. This week, heaven is asking you to separate what feeds you from what drains you. That doesn't mean judging people. It means listening to energy. Notice how your body reacts to certain environments, how your mood changes after certain interactions. This is spiritual intelligence. When you protect your atmosphere, you protect your destiny. The spirit can't move freely in a cluttered space. Protecting your energy begins with silence. Not every emotion deserves expression. Not every thought deserves an audience. The more sacred your process becomes, the fewer explanations you owe. Talk less about what God is building and let the fruit speak for you. Every time you choose peace over reaction, you fortify the walls of your spiritual house. The enemy knows he can't stop what's coming, so he distracts. He'll send noise disguised as urgency, opportunities that appeal to your ego, or arguments that demand your attention. But discernment is knowing that not every battle deserves your sword. Some victories are won by walking away. Some blessings come only when you stay still. Your energy is sacred currency. Spend it wisely. You'll notice how your body mirrors your spirit. If you push past your limits, you'll feel it immediately. Headaches, fatigue, emotional exhaustion. That's your system asking for spiritual rest. Learn to step back before burnout. Even Jesus withdrew to recharge before the next miracle. Rest is not weakness, it's reverence. It's how you tell heaven, I value what you're building in me enough to protect it. There will also be moments when you feel sudden sadness or anger for no clear reason. Don't condemn yourself. Energy transference is real. You may be absorbing what's in the atmosphere. When that happens, breathe deeply and reset. Pray. Drink water. Stand in sunlight. Speak life back into yourself. Simple action hold sacred power when done with awareness. Another key to protection is what you feed your mind. Words are frequencies. What you watch, listen to, and repeat shapes your energy field. If it steals your peace, it steals your strength. So choose content that matches the vibration you're praying for. Music that uplifts, words that heal, moments that feed gratitude. Every choice either amplifies or pollutes your spirit. And don't forget, protection also means permission to say no without guilt. You're allowed to disconnect to recharge. You're allowed to love people from a distance while guarding your peace. You're allowed to prioritize alignment over approval. This isn't selfishness, it's stewardship. You are the vessel through which divine energy flows. If you are drained, the mission slows. Protecting your energy keeps the flow uninterrupted. In this season, less is more. Less talking, less explaining, less proving, more grounding, more awareness, more gratitude. When you stay still long enough, you'll feel heaven finishing the shift around you, your peace expanding, your sensitivity sharpening, your confidence growing. So guard your energy like it's holy, because it is. Every breath you take in peace sends a signal back to heaven that the shift is working. The atmosphere obeys the calm spirit, and as you protect your frequency, the world around you will begin to protect it too. You are not just surviving the shift, you are shaping it. And the more you honor your energy, the more heaven can flow through you without resistance. Chosen one, there comes a day when the shift stops being something you feel and becomes something you are. It happens quietly, without fireworks or warning. You wake up and realize that what used to shake you no longer holds power. The fear that used to paralyze you is gone. The noise that used to drain you fades into the background. And what fills you instead is peace. Steady, radiant, unexplainable peace. That's how you know the new energy has taken over. It's not about being perfect, it's about being aligned. You begin to move slower but with more certainty. You speak fewer words but carry more meaning. Your presence itself begins to shift rooms before you even talk. Because when the divine current finally stabilizes inside you, everything you touch starts to mirror heaven's order. The world begins to bend around your vibration. You'll notice how natural faith becomes. You no longer have to convince yourself that things will work. You simply know they will. That's the difference between believing in God and walking with Him. Doubt fades because you've tasted what it means to be in sync with divine timing. When that happens, anxiety loses its grip, fear loses its voice, and patience becomes power. You no longer chase things, they start finding you. That's what happens when heaven trusts you to hold peace. This is the stage where you begin to magnetize purpose. Conversations align, opportunities unfold, and every coincidence becomes confirmation. You'll think of something, and within hours, the door opens. You'll pray, and almost instantly, you'll see a sign that the answer is already moving toward you. This is not magic, it's resonance. Heaven recognizes its own frequency inside you and responds accordingly. But remember, when new energy takes over, it tests itself through consistency. The enemy won't attack you the way he used to. He'll try to distract you into old vibrations. Small frustrations, sudden irritations, unexpected delays, all designed to check if you'll lower your tone to match chaos. Don't. You've worked too hard to vibrate this high. Keep your composure. Respond with silence, not reaction. Every time you choose peace over panic, heaven expands its reach through you. The new energy also changes your relationship with time. You stop rushing. You stop trying to predict outcomes. You live in rhythm with grace. Suddenly, waiting doesn't feel like wasting anymore. It feels like trust, and trust becomes your resting place. You'll find yourself smiling for no reason, feeling light even in uncertainty, sensing divine orchestration in the smallest details. That's not luck. It's evidence that your spirit has finally taken the lead. When this energy anchors, you start to see people differently too. You no longer judge from pain. You see through compassion. You stop forcing connections that drain you and start blessing what leaves. Because you understand that everything that exits your life during elevation is a divine exchange, space for something higher. And because of that, you stop chasing closure and start practicing surrender. At this level, your words carry creative force. Be careful what you speak, because heaven listens closely to those who vibrate in truth. When you speak from peace, your words manifest quickly. When you speak from fear, you delay what's already yours. So discipline your language to reflect the energy you want multiplied. You are no longer just talking, you are creating. The moment the new energy takes over, your life begins to align like clockwork. Decisions feel clear. Doors open naturally. People meet you halfway. You no longer need to push, you simply flow. And what once felt like coincidence now feels like choreography. This is what happens when the Creator takes the lead. Everything starts dancing to the same divine rhythm. So, chosen one, don't doubt what you're becoming. The world may not understand you, but heaven applauds you. Every breath you take in peace, every boundary you honor, every moment you choose faith over fear, all of it proves that the shift was real. You didn't imagine it. You embodied it. You are no longer waiting for the new energy to arrive. You are living proof that it already has. And from this point forward, the world will start to recognize the glow that comes from within you, not the glow of achievement, but the light of alignment. That's what heaven looks like when it chooses to live inside a human being. Chosen one, this is the moment everything inside you has been moving toward, the final stage of the shift, where heaven seals the transformation and nothing remains the same. It's not just the end of a cycle, it's the birth of a new identity. You've been stretched, emptied, tested, and refined, and now the air around you carries a different charge. You can feel it in your breath, in your pace, in the silence that no longer feels lonely but sacred. You have stepped into a frequency where only truth survives. You are no longer who you were when this began. The fear that once ruled you has lost its voice. The confusion that clouded you has turned into clarity. The weight that pressed you down has transformed into power. That's what divine refining does. It burns what's false and leaves only what was meant to last. Heaven does not destroy, it purifies. And now, purified and awake, you carry the sound of victory in your very being. You might look around and think, not much has changed, but everything has. Because what shifted wasn't your scenery, it was your spirit. You no longer respond from wounds, you respond from wisdom. You no longer chase what's temporary, you attract what's true. That's the difference between survival and alignment. You used to fight for peace. Now, peace fights for you. The final decree of this shift is simple. You are now the environment. Before, you entered rooms and adapted to their energy. Now, rooms adapt to yours. You are the vibration that alters atmospheres, the calm that confuses chaos, the presence that carries divine weight. When you walk in, heaven enters with you. That's the evidence of transformation, when your very existence becomes intercession. You'll notice how easily old cycles fall away. People may still try to pull you back into stories you've outgrown, but you won't fit anymore. The door doesn't reject you, it releases you. Don't mourn what no longer recognizes you. It's proof that you've risen. What's behind you was meant to teach. What's ahead of you was meant to last. Your spirit has graduated from lessons to leadership. Now comes the stage of embodiment. This is where you stop talking about change and start being the change. Where your stillness becomes strategy. Where your gentleness becomes power. Where your presence carries such stability that even storms start to hesitate around you. That's what happens when a soul fully aligns with its purpose. Creation begins to cooperate with its energy. Understand this. Nothing around you can remain the same once heaven has fully claimed space within you. The relationships, habits, and desires that match your old frequency will fade like echoes in a room you've already left. Don't chase echoes. Turn toward the sound that is calling you forward, the steady hum of divine alignment that now guides your steps. You will find that the path ahead doesn't require effort, it requires awareness. What is yours will recognize you without struggle. This is the hour of manifestation, not the kind that demands proof, but the kind that simply exists. Blessings start unfolding without announcement. People begin to find comfort in your words, healing in your peace, and courage in your example. That's your new assignment, to carry light without preaching, to embody heaven without needing to explain it. You've become the sermon, the sanctuary, and the sign. And as this week unfolds, you'll start to feel the quiet confirmation that the shift is sealed. Your thoughts feel cleaner, your emotions more balanced, your steps lighter. That's heaven's fingerprint, the signature that says, "It is done." So lift your head, breathe deeply, and know this truth. You survived what was meant to shape you. You endured what was meant to elevate you. And now you stand as living proof that nothing, no delay, no betrayal, no storm can stop what heaven ordains. You have crossed the line. You have become the vessel and the voice of divine order. Nothing around you will ever sound the same, look the same, or feel the same again, because you're not the same. Heaven moved through you, and it left its light behind. This is your decree. I am aligned with heaven's rhythm. I am one with divine timing. And from this moment on, nothing will be the same. Because the shift isn't coming anymore. The shift is you.